Well, hello and welcome, people of the internet. Today we're jumping back into Expedition 33. I have a bit of a confession to make, and that is, I've gotten kind of obsessed with the game. I played for like, geez, how long did I play yesterday? I might have played for like 8 to 10-ish hours, maybe. My file says otherwise, but that's because I ended up, like, resetting my save file a couple times. I have not progressed any more in the story. I made sure specifically not to go past this point, because this is the point where this is kind of like the beginning of Act 2 that we're jumping into, and I obviously wanted to stream all that. But I didn't intend to play a whole bunch, but I started messing with like classes, builds, and it kept coming down to like, oh, there's this one cool Pictos that I need to grab. Oh, there's one more. And so kind of what I ended up doing is I found an interactive map. Someone has made an interactive map. Of course, though, of course, this is always the case, you have to pay a monthly subscription to get, like, the unlimited amount of checking things off. So I could only check off, like, 10 items before I started losing track of, like, how many things I had to grab. But for the most part, I believe that I have collected everything that's currently available to me in this beginner area. There's obviously some things. There's like a boss down here, I think. There's something down here. But I couldn't do it yet. There's a bunch of like the trees that have like colors on them. I haven't been able to unlock those yet. I don't have that mechanic unlocked yet. There's a world boss over here that there's no shot I'm beating right now. Trust me, I tried for like half an hour. Not gonna happen. There's this thing. I don't know what this is. It's like there's a jump puzzle inside, and you find your way to one of those like faceless boys, and he gives you, what was it? Was it a light? It was something. And there's like a statue that you need to animate, but it said you need 3 parts. So I'm assuming later on in the game, there's going to be other of these that we can find, and there'll be other faceless boys that give us what we need to get in there. There's a couple cool, so over here, this gestural beach, these are just kind of like fun little things to get some, beachwear, just some fun cosmetics. There's a jump puzzle in one. This one, holy shit, this is obnoxious. It was reasonably fun, but oh my god, it drove me crazy. So you're on like this floating little, raft, basically. And there's a Gestural on the other side. And he's just, like, hucking these little baby Gestrals at you, right? Some of them are normal, some of them are on fire. And what you have to do is use your right bumper just like you would, like, start a fight, right? Where you have, like, a blast come at your hand, and it will send the Gestral back. And you have to send it back a certain number of times to, like, blow up his raft. But there's 3 different levels. The strongest one, though, will throw them at a pace where if you mess up your timing and you're a little bit too slow, you can't recover, because when your raft gets hit, it stuns, it like gives you a few frames where it delays your next activation. And if you do that, eventually you'll just get in the cycle where you're constantly like several frames behind. And it's, oh my god, it took me so long to beat. I had to get lucky. But that just gives you some beachwear outfits. I think it's a beachwear for Sael is the ultimate prize there. Haven't been able to get over here yet because there's a bunch of coral here that I can't break through, so I'm assuming that there's a mechanic there. What else is there? I can't get up here yet. There's some height here that I can't traverse. Do we find anything else of note? I found some decent weapons. Although, I'm only using one of them. I'm using... No. So, Lunea's... Is this a new one? What was the new one I got? I think this might have been the new weapon. But I've changed up our builds a little bit. I'm always changing up builds. My builds are basically going to be changed every time I jump in here. You know what? Let me do this. Let me do something here real quick. Let me just go... Just so that way you can see... At least see my stats. There we go. Health and XP is whatever, but as long as you can see those stats, they're fine. So, I was trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with all these characters, and Lune is kind of the same. We're kind of doing similar things with Lune. Before, she was like my mayhem nuker, basically. And what we're doing here instead, obviously, we have insane crit rate. We have nutter butter crit rate because we've stacked everything into crit. She has no agility investment at all, but that doesn't matter because we have crazy speed here. This is absurd. Dead energy is freaking stupid. So much speed, so much crit. If you're looking for it, it takes 2 seconds to pick up. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to go to camp. Hey, hold on. I didn't mean to go to camp. I wish it would ask you, like, do you want to go to camp? Crit-tastic. Hey Jake, how you doing? Why is the chat all smushed like that? Hold up. Why are we smushed? Just do a little bit of this. There we go. Yeah, so she's freaking crazy. So in order to get that, it's literally on the beach, right down here, right in this little pocket here. It's in a crate. It's free. It's great. Super powerful. And then the other ones, yeah. So she takes less damage but can't be healed. This, we'll see. I just. My hangover. Oh no, brother, that's not good. So first offense, she deals more damage, which initially we were using it for wildfire, but I found this elemental trick. Well, not found, right, but just like saw it. And it's pretty cool. Deals low single target damage of all the elemental types, and critical hits generate the corresponding stain. So with critical hit rate of 77%, and we have the Lumina, that is critical burn. 25% increased crit chance on burning enemies. So if we attack a burning enemy, they are being crit. 100%. So we can generate all the stains, and then we can come in with Lightning Dance, which will use everything but our light stain. Or, yeah, light stain. I'm currently working towards Elemental Genesis, because that will use all of our stains, and it will also be like our AoE. I'm not sure how much the damage is going to be compared to Lightning Dance, because this is high single target, and Lightning Genesis is extreme, but it's AoE. So I don't know if, because it's AoE, like if the damage is scaled for it being AoE, so if each individual hit will be higher or lower than Lightning Dance. Because I'm thinking maybe I take out Mayhem, but then I'm taking out a break. So we'll see there. But she's like our super nuker. That's basically what she's doing. Mael has completely flip-flopped. I haven't tried this build yet, but it was just something that I was thinking about because I was going through her skills and realized that there is technically a tanking skill in the game, which is something that I've been looking for. And I was looking at Mael and I was like, I want her to be my damage dealer, not my tank, though. But with her having defensive stance, she takes less damage. We also, I've put on, let me see here. I've put on active, what is it, confident? Takes less damage but can't be healed. So on top of her defensive stance, she's now taking even less damage. She has a ton of health. So even though she can't be healed, she's going to be just soaking up everything. And then, oh shoot, what was the other one here? Was it solidifying? Yeah, so she gets shield, so she can prevent a couple hits if she does get hit. The healing parry, unfortunately, we're not going to be healing because we can't. But we're doing it for the health and defense, mostly. So we're kicking up that defense. So she's going to be taking, hopefully, not a lot of damage. I haven't tried this build yet. This is just kind of something I have up. Unfortunately, like, I also wanted her for breaking rules. Getting rid of a ton of shields is, like, really beneficial. The Florette Fury isn't great right now because I don't actually have a way to get her into Virtuo stance anymore. So this will eventually, it's going to take a little while, but will eventually become Revenge For one, it's cheaper, can get us into defensive stance, and can break, and that's her other break skill that I'm going for. So that'll take a little while, but that's currently what I think is the best setup here for her, or at least in this role. And I want to try playing with Verso. I do also have Sael set up as a little bit... She might be a little bit redundant. This all set might be a little bit redundant because of the shell. Although the shell will be nice to basically allow Mael to keep her Edgarde, that up for longer. Because anytime she has shell applied to her, it extends the turn. So it basically makes her taunt last longer, which is pretty nice. So basically the idea here is with her weapon, Chadian, Sun skills always apply 10 foretell, but all damage taken is doubled. So since she's going to be guarded by Mael, the double damage doesn't really matter. I haven't really played with her Luminas yet, or any of this, or her attributes, so she might be a little bit off for what she probably should be. But with Card Weaver here, propagates target's foretell to all enemies. Well, if she's applying, it's a Sun skill, so she applies 10 foretell first, then she spreads it to everyone. So unlike, what was the one we were using before? Was it Searing Bond? We were using Searing Bond in combination with Lune. So she would do her, what is it, Wildfire? I forgot what it is. Wildfire. She would do that, apply Burn to everybody, and then we would do Searing Bond to spread 5 foretell. Now we can just spread 10 across everybody and just get that going. And then from there, I only have Twilight Slash here, literally just to get us into Twilight mode if we need it. Dark Cleansing is basically there, so if somebody dies, we can pass the buffs from one of the other units to her rather than having to go all set, because all set's kind of expensive. Harvest is there just to heal her up if we need it. And then Plentiful Harvest is there to spread AP. I don't fully know. I don't think I'm going to need this build. So because she's kind of like half built, I'm going to be playing these 3 today. Because Verso's all set. I did build him. But then I built him before swapping Mael. So I'm not entirely sure if these characters are going to like work together exactly how I want. As they are currently built. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I needed to get on today because I played for like 8 hours yesterday doing all the collecting and a little bit of grinding. I went into the hidden gestural arena and did some solo fights with Mael just to get her some levels, which of course gave everyone else some levels. But I was like, I need to play. I need to play some more. I need to jump back in. Even my brother is, he is not a turn-based RPG player at all. He just plays,
we're going to see a lot more.
He just plays a bunch of FPS games.
We can cross before nightfall.
And, we're gonna just move that up a little bit. Do like, yeah.
Very good stuff.
And he's obsessed with this game.
I wish we could. But protocol is to keep moving. Gustav would understand.
We can look for a suitable place along the way, yeah? We'll find a nice spot.
Actually, there is a place. Past the quarry, out of sight of the painters. A tranquil haven, protected by magnificent trees. I think you'll approve.
I was definitely on the grind. It was not intentional.
Lead the way.
It was definitely not intentional. I just hopped in to try some different builds, just to play around, to look at all of them. And, you know, I just started, I was like, okay, well, let me go, you know, let me run back here, see if there's anything I need to pick up. And I was like, oh, I found something else, found another thing. And then, so I did all the side quests, all the things that I have, you know, all the key items for. Okay. Oh, okay. New mechanic. Gradient counter. Some enemies can cast gradient attacks. Gradient attacks are powerful and can only be defended with a gradient counter.
Bring it on.
Okay, interesting. Press right trigger to perform a gradient counter. Oh boy, I got another button to remember. Jesus. I'm playing the nichiest game ever at the moment. Need a break from the big games. What game would that be? The nichiest game ever, huh? So what is a gradient counter? Is that just a different counter?
Let's carve a path.
Okay, Versio's Perfection. Versio's Perfection. Every time he deals damage or manages to parry or dodge. Oh, he gains Perfection. A higher Perfection rank increases damage. Some skills have additional effects at specific Perfection ranks. Taking any damage removes one Perfection rank. Well, why do I have... Hang on. I had this all flip-flop. There we go. Well, so it seems like Mael being a tank might be a reasonable thing. Might be a reasonable thing for us, if that's the case. Oh, well, that was easy enough.
Any other tricks we should know?
One thing at a time.
Okay, so let's make sure to take a look around. There were a whole bunch of, like, areas that I completely missed in previous areas. David Dooley's Judo? Yep, never heard of that one. I was literally just, like, going around exploring. There was, in the first area, Spring Meadows, there was a boss that I just completely missed. So I'm going to make sure, like, take a look everywhere. It wasn't, like, a super exciting boss or anything. It was just another mime, so they just gave me more French clothes. But there was a bunch of bosses and a bunch of side areas. A lot of the side areas, though, to be fair, aren't, like, full areas. They're just, it's almost like it's like one room and you go in and just get like a music file. Okay, is there anything up here? And I want to make sure I double check because I feel like now that we're in Act 2, I feel like we're going to start getting more unique Pictos. Or at least I hope so. It looks like a crossover from an Assassin's Creed game. You're not wrong. Not wrong at all.
These are all expeditions?
A single Nevron took out most of them.
Is it still around?
That's a
only
lot
seen
of
it once.
expeditioners.
Many years
Holy
ago, so.
shit.
Most likely not.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, getting to level 9 is not so much of an issue anymore. Now it's getting over that hump to level 10. Because we need, like, Resplendent Chroma. And I think I only have one at this point, and I'm saving... Oh, Jesus, okay. I'm saving it.
Chroma is flowing.
Alrighty, here's first thing. Actually, first thing, we can probably just set up... Do I even need to set up Wildfire here? Oh, that was unlucky. Oh, okay, so I should probably set up Wildfire first. Yeah, because I need everything to be burning. Man, 77% crit rate, and I got one crit there. That's kind of inverse of what I would expect to happen.
Let's carve a path.
Okay, let's shoot you. Now, what do we have for abilities on you? Low light damage. Critical hits generate one additional perfection. If we're in B, we have increased damage, so we could do that. We have a heal. Perfect recovery. Right, so he's a little bit more of like a healer type character. Well, he can heal himself.
Here we go.
So okay, so she takes like no damage. Either that or these guys are just very... Maybe I might be slightly over leveled. I don't remember where I was during the last stream, but because I fought a whole bunch of bosses, did all the side content, I might be over leveled. But that being said, she took like no damage. But to be fair, she also has defensive stance and she has guard up. Like,
My turn.
been missing the 95% hydro pump in Infinite Fusion. It feels like... Yeah, dude. Oh, wait. So longer shell... On applying shell, its duration is increased by 2. Oh, that's nice. And we got a new weapon for CL, it looks like. Vitality and luck. All right, so first off, clearly I want to do longer... Actually, is it worth putting here? Longer shell. Health and defense. Oh, heck yeah, it is. Let's see here. So auto shell is 10. Oh, I don't care about this healing parry at all. So that's going to become longer. Yeah, that's more health, more defense. Fantastic. And then, so CL got a new weapon, which is nice. Been looking for one of those. Can consume 1 moon charge on turn start to recover 20% of each ally's health. That's a cool little support, weapon. Cool. The more I get into this game, the more I play. It seems like a lot of the aspects that I've been looking for are really tied. They seem like they're more tied to weapons than they are like overall classes.
Let's carve a path.
And what was the cost of this? Cost 3, so we might as well...
Here we go.
A storm is coming.
I forgot if I have the ability to burn with her. There we go. And there we go. We have all 4, just like that. And of course, I have all new enemies, so I have to learn their attack patterns. The only downside that I found, and I think the reason that I'm finding this particular downside is mostly because of the way that I tend to play these games, is that we're just getting all the new weapons. The game's like, oh wait, no, that's just a level up. I haven't figured out how like the leveling up system works. Is it in getting, I wonder if it's like in getting a duplicate of a weapon it levels it up. The downside to having it being tied to weapons rather than like the character itself is that anytime I want to switch up what the character is doing, I gotta spend some more of those recolors. So, I mean, I've spent a bunch of them in changing on how Lune is playing and changing how CL is playing and how Mael is playing. Like, because if I want to change up the weapon, because the stats are directly tied to how much damage it can do, like, it's not like, you know, you have a tanky character that can't do any damage because all their points are stacked into defense. You can still do a lot of damage because the weapon scales off of defense. But in doing that, if you're switching from, like, a luck-based weapon to a defense-based weapon, then you have to, like, redistribute all your stats and stuff. Man, we're just not getting the burn. Got one more.
Elements converge.
How much damage does this do normally? Eh, not that much. Okay. It's not leveling. A duplicate replace the old version. You have oh, okay, okay. So it's just that I got a higher level version of that weapon. Got it. So if I didn't get the first one, then I'm getting that for the first time, essentially. Okay, so I saw the glowy to the left.
Good stuff.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that's our 4th energizing start. So that being said, let's go ahead and sort these. Oh, I guess I only have 1 energizing start here, so I actually don't need it. It's a lot of health, but at this point, I don't think I actually really need it. Let's remove this so that way we can get that going. Oh wait, do I have the yeah, I have burning shells. I guess it's only 20%. I was thinking it was higher than that. Okay. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I guess it's one of those things where, like, if I didn't necessarily know, how did I want to word that? It's like, if I don't know that I'm getting a new weapon, I just see that it was leveling up. Like, if I've played it twice, got the first weapon the first time, then got that, and then the second playthrough, didn't get it the first time, and then got it here, I'd be like, oh, okay, I got the new one. Nice level up for Lune. Is there something in here? Oh, no, that's just a spare door.
Nice.
There is just going to be a ton of areas here to explore. I'm already kind of getting lost. Okay, so here's back to the beginning where we were. I think I've already checked this path. I did already check that path. So let's check this way. And get blasted. That's a super cool background. I don't know what's going on, but it's neat. Now, what I did find out, because I was trying to figure out where I needed to bring the resin. And the resin was a side quest all the way back in Spring Meadows, which is, there was that Nevron that was, like, passed out. It was, like, the first one that we met that was all white. And what I found out, I'm a little bummed. So, you remember all those other white Nevrons that we've been seeing, that we've been helping out? Like, there was the crystal one. There was the one that got really big. And you had the option to fight them. And then you called me a coward and told me to fight them. I shouldn't have fought them. Should not have fought them. It's gonna really hurt me in the end. Should definitely not fight them.
Ready to strike.
Yeah, it is not worth your while. Yeah, you did tell me to fight them. I would have fought them regardless, because my brain would have been was basically saying like, "Oh yeah, I should fight them to get the rewards." Not worth. Not worth. I won't say what it is that you miss out on, but it's way more worth it to not fight. Should definitely hold out.
A storm is coming.
Let's spill some ink. Precise strike.
Oh, purple.
Nice.
Oh, that recode is so nice. That's a whole 10 grand that I don't have to make back. To be fair, no, though, now that I realize that you can just go to the gestural arenas and just fight over and over again, getting chroma isn't that big of a deal.
Good stuff.
The answer to the question, I chose yes. You might end up regretting it. You might end up regretting it. It's a pretty big reward to pass up on if you don't fight. And I don't know how like grinding works in this game. If the stuff you get, you're able to get in big quantities later on.
Ready to strike.
Right. Well, that's exactly where I was. I stumbled upon the answer as I was looking up the side quests and like where I needed to
That
go.
will help.
Ooh, that's a nice one. And now that I know, I'm upset. To be fair, though, it doesn't come for a long time. Okay, so let's do that. What else do I need to learn? These ones can probably go over here. Let's do... Yeah, let's swap that out. That's fine. We're gonna swap this out for now. This is already learned, so we can get rid of that. And then let's do... Accelerated heal. Get those all learned up. I did, unfortunately. But like I said, it's not gonna affect me for quite a while. Honestly, if I had done it the old natural way, I probably wouldn't have even realized what was going on. So where do I need to go? I think at this point, let's see. So I'm just going to go around this way. Go back to the main area and then take that right path. What time's over there now? It's not evening yet, so it should be like late morning. Yeah, it's just about 2 o'clock. Just about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I know, this is crazy time for you, Snake. You're actually able to, like, be conscious and be here. Oh, that's a big boy.
What have we here?
Let's take a look back here. Oh, no. We've been to the door. Some of these guys are super freaking aggressive, though. I was going around just in like Spring Meadows, 'cause I missed a lot back there.
Let us stain them.
And some of these guys would like lock onto you, and I'd like go up a hill, and all of a sudden I'd turn around and they were like literally on top of me. Because they hunt you. Okay, so we can't... Okay, there's purple down here.
Interesting.
Nice. Hopefully that will increase the amount of healing that it gets when you revive.